Okay, this is my seminar jam for this.
We could shake it out and see if it worked. Can we go in and we can recreate these things, and can we introduce some instrumentation to do some measurements? Because the data and instrumentation to measure what's going on in plasmas is extremely weak. There's not much information about it, and we're going to get into that. And we did test it, and we discovered that it would work.
We adjust pressure, voltage,
I'm going to introduce a little more helium right now,
current,
a little bit more,
and time.
and then we'll take another sample.
Time is also a key element.
You want to shut it
When the
off,
proper combination of these factors is arrived at, the plasma spontaneously ignites.
There we go. 0.4, it's going down. Shut it off. Pumps and argon are off.
A glow discharge forms in the chamber.
So we just leave it here. It'll start firing by itself.
Yes.
Look at the emissions coming out. Look how bright it becomes.
We adjust the various parameters to obtain a variety of plasma regimes.
Look on the surface. See close?
What we are observing has no clear precedent. We are seeing things we did not expect.
And in real time, we get to monitor what's going on with all the systems in the chamber. Now, there are two things that we're going to talk about tonight. One of them is systems, which is the chamber itself, to maintain its stability so that it's a stable experimental environment. And the other is the data that we get back from the instruments like the Langmuir probe, optical spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy, and other things. Now, if I can get a fan to pull air over the surface, we can bring the chamber into stability at around 100 degrees Celsius. Now, that's something that we can work with. It's still going to boil water, but the worst case scenario is about 100 degrees Celsius. It's not going to melt gaskets. Yes, you could fry eggs on it, but it's workable. So then I thought, well, I need a fan. And that big blue thing is the fan that we came up with. I told Scott that, yes, we have a solution, but what I didn't tell him at the time is just how big a fan we needed. And so he thought, okay, this is good, so we're going to keep moving ahead. And the fan actually will suck about 14,000 cubic feet per minute at a pressure of about 2 inches of 2 atmosphere. Not 2 atmosphere, but 2 inches of water, which basically would suck the air to this room, all the air to this room here, I would say approximately 30 seconds. So it's just another kind of a three-dimensional view of the core. It's fun doing this work because it's really pretty. This is stuff you can put on t-shirts, you know. Symbol. You saw that last year in the model. You're going to see the real thing tonight. The chamber door, mass spectrometer, and remote data acquisition junction. That's kind of you'll see some interesting things there. Anode isolation chamber. Actually, that was Scott Mainwaring's idea. He says, Monty, he said, what if we just, because that chamber's so big, it's going to take you days to suck it down, get the vacuum that you want. If we want to change the anode out, we're going to lose 3 days every time we do that. And so we designed an isolation chamber where we can pull the anode back, close the gate valve, save the chamber, and switch out the anode. And this happened, I don't know how long it took us, because we did this maybe 20 minutes. And put a new one in and brought it back into the chamber. Recirculation pumps, air cooling, cryogenic vacuum, and a lot of other systems.
Not much, very little. But right now, yeah, it's rising. Current is rising. No, voltage is rising, and current as well. So we are in dark mode. We might have another discharge. So. Take the camera as well, the other.
understand the physics. Why do we get the huge energy surges over 10 megawatts? Maybe it has to do with the paper that Lowell, my name's on the paper too. I edited some of the things, but Lowell really is the master of that paper on ion electron trapping in these double layers. And this may be an answer to why the sun's photosphere is so intense. Maybe that's why there appears to be fusion occurring in the sun's photosphere. Are we getting transformation of elements? Good question. Are we getting more energy out than in? We get asked that question all the time. We think now we may be able to answer some of these things. What does the voltage gradient look like before sapphire fires? We can confirm right now that there is a voltage gradient in sapphire in phase 2 before it actually ignites. But we can now go and measure that gradient. We may even be able to measure the voltage gradient before it actually does an intense stream plasma discharge to a particular point. This is the thing that leads up to lightning bolts. What's actually the environment around there, that lightning bolt, before you actually see a lightning bolt or plasma discharge? So is the